Good afternoon and welcome to another Blaze of Pokemon video. It's PokeEdge here, and today I'm bringing you the Tera leak for Pokemon. There's been a massive leak within the Pokemon world of games, movies, TV shows. A bit of everything has come out in one massive leak. But before we get on to this, just word my two affiliates. Obviously, there's a Northwest card show. The next one is in Warrington at the rugby club. If you want to go, the next one is on the 7th of December 2024, and it's 10 till 4 at the Halliwell Jones Stadium. And I will post the link within the description below this video. And then also Total Cards, if you go to totalcards.net/blaze of poke, brings you up my loading page. And if you use my discount code again, which is blaze of poke, get you between 2 and 5% off at the checkout. And you can also have a look at some of the suggestions I have on my loadout, because it is some of the newer stuff and also some of the older stuff, which is quite nice to get hold of. The website is quite nice and easy to use. But without further ado, let's get on to why we're here today. It's the Tera leak. So what has been leaked? Basically, in a shocking turn of events, basically the Pokemon development community has been hit by a massive data breach, which has been resulting in unauthorized release of approximately 1 terabyte of internal documents and files. This leak has been dubbed the Tera leak by fans and has exposed a wealth of sensitive information about both past and upcoming Pokemon projects. So the leaked content overview. The leaked files have reportedly contained treasure trove of development materials, including source code reposition stories for various Pokemon games spanning generations through to 3 to 6, development builds and patch files for specific titles, source code and Pokemon Bank, unreleased game concepts and prototypes, a plethora of beta sprites and concept arts, internal documents detailing the game lore and development process, and much more. So these are what the code names, and I'll tell you what the game is. So it's Synapse was an unreleased project between GFILCA TPCI. Seems to be some sort of Splatoon-like multiplayer battle game for Pokemon. Gaia, successor to Scarlet and Violet. IKKAKU, so Ikaku, would be Pokemon Legends ZA PLA successor. Sudaki is Hidden Treasure of Area Zero DLC both Scarlet and Violet. Then you got Titan, which was Scarlet and Violet. Hayabusa was the code name for Pokemon Legends Arceus. Delphi was the code name for Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, made by ILCA. Mega Turtle was the code name for Pokemon Home. Turtle is Pokemon Bank. Salmon is Poke Transporter. Wriggle is Sword and Shield DLC. Orion is Sword and Shield. Holo is Pokemon Go. Beluga is Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Momiji is Ultra Sun and Moon. Niji is Sun and Moon. Sangu is Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Koregia is X and Y. Swan is Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. And then obviously you got Generation 10 games, which is yet to come out obviously, but the leak reveals information about the upcoming Generation 10 games, codenamed Gaia, appears to reference the first generation games, versions K and N, recent build/test conducted in September 23, so just over a year ago. The information derived from the leak screenshot of Game Freak's production list. The leaker stated that they will not disclose further details about these games. So if we zoom in, so you see Gaia K Test HACPA BFX full product, so it is literally the full game being tested. Japan, Europe plus Australia, Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, and the Americas. And then the same with the Gaia N test, so the other version. So that's basically testing the Generation 10 Pokemon. It's quite good that it's being tested. And then obviously you've got Legends ZA spoilers. You've got the recent leak has also revealed more information about the upcoming game, Pokemon Legends ZA. Mega Zygarde is coming to be part of the game and is planned to appear in the anime as well. Mega Zeora is also reported to be included. The game was also scheduled for a 2024 release, though the current release timeline is unclear. So it's looking like it's potentially going to be delayed. So unfortunately, it's not going to be like the March release date. We're going to probably get it later into the year, unfortunately. But then there is also this new multiplayer game. A new multiplayer game, Pokemon game, is also in development, codenamed Synapse. Described similar to Splatoon. So for those of you who played Splatoon on the Nintendo Switch or seen videos of it, it's joint developed by Game Freak, as always, ILCA, and the Pokemon Company. There's no visual evidence provided of this at this time, but the leakers indicated they will not reveal additional information about this product, other than obviously it exists in this little bit. There's also source code reposits. The code leak includes entire source code reposits for several Pokemon games: Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Heart Gold and Silver, Pokemon Black and White. The leaker plans to share code for Black 2 and White 2, and later X and Y. These repositories contain the complete development history, and numerous previously unseen beta Pokemon sprites. Will probably retrieve all the sprites and set up dedicated section for those. And then there's Gen 3 sprites. This is all them for you. So if we bring it up a bit bigger, you can see what some of the Pokemon were supposed to look like. So you can see how they've changed to look like what they are now. You can see the similarities, like there was a squid Pokemon. Absol there, looking a bit different. He was a bit more grey. But you can see where the concepts are and how they work. Their Spoink originally was supposed to be a bit chunkier. A weird dog Pokemon. But again, the cast forms were supposed to be a bit different, more like a tornado-y one. And then there's your 3 starter Pokemon, how different they look. Trico with longer legs, Torchic only had 1 leg, and then obviously that's your 3rd starter, how that was supposed to look. But again, these are only what they were originally supposed to look like, and then they've evolved. But this was based on Gen 3, so again, it's quite nice how they've shown you these. There's also a Netflix series that's been leaked as well. The information planned for the Netflix Pokemon series has been revealed. It's 8 episodes, originally scheduled for release this year. The current status for that's actually unknown. There's a Pokemon movie for this year, 24. Image shared, so you can see that nice, beautiful image. It details about the unreleased Pokemon movie have emerged. Codenamed is Bauer. In development since 2021, originally planned for release in 2023, so it's already a year late. Intended as a reboot of the movie universe to attract an adult audience, set in modern Kanto, featuring Mew as the main mythical Pokemon. So that'd be quite good having Mew back. New protagonists: a light male and a Kori female. Themes include modern societal issues and like cyberbullying and suicide. I don't seem to agree with that. That side of things shouldn't be involved in Pokemon. You don't need cyberbullying and suicide in Pokemon. That's just not Pokemon, really, is it? And then obviously directed by Kabun Suzuki, Detective Conan, and current state of it's unclear, but the leak also mentions a new Pokemon called Aspirin. So you would get a new Pokemon with it. That's good. And then obviously you got what was supposed to be the sequel to the Detective Pikachu, called The Great Detective Pikachu. I think that's a nice ring to it. The information for the sequel to Detective Pikachu has been leaked. It was in development since 2021. The original was originally planned to release in 2024. Obviously, we are getting towards the end of that year, so I don't think it's coming out this year, because we would have already seen trailers for it, and I'm sure likes of Ryan Reynolds would have been popping up on Twitter or whatnot with information if he knew about it. Current status is unknown, possibly delayed or cancelled. I'm thinking it's more delayed because it's probably coming. The leak reportedly contains the complete plot, so we should get more about this shortly. There's a new anime series coming, which there's always more of these. Details about a new Pokemon anime series have been revealed. It's codenamed Reload. That's a bit of a random name for it, but there we go. All ages anime, co-produced with Twin Engine, affiliated with Studio Colorado. And it's 12 episodes, approximately 21 minutes each. Planned for streaming platforms Netflix and Amazon Prime, and theoretical release in Japan. Episodes to be released in 4 groups of 3, originally planned for 2023, current status unknown. These things tend to get delayed anyway. Concept art. The leak includes vast collection of concept art, hundreds of concept art, character sheets and anime. The video showcasing 1,962 pieces of concept art. So I do have some other bits that aren't on Pokeos, which I will just quickly load up for you now. One moment. Just switch. So we go turn that bit off. Google Chrome. There we go. So I've got quite a bit of information that's also been fed online. I'll get that information for you as well now. So you got this one, because that's the first image. I've got this second image for you with more sprites. As you can see, there's Krikachu in this random, another version like Licky Tongue, a different version of like what Skuntank would look like, Shaman, Giratina, Lucario, an early version, Gallard. It's how Darkrai was originally supposed to look as a beta Pokemon, without the white on top. Some of these obviously some of them still do look similar, and obviously I'm not sure 100% what this Rotom was supposed to be, whether it's a toilet Rotom or whether it's the Japanese cheapy washing machine, but that was then changed. We don't it doesn't actually say it, but it could be either or with Pokemon these days. And then you've got the character sprites. It's all quite nice the way they've shown us all these. And then obviously you've got Gen 5. Obviously, as you can see, like the Simipour, the monkeys, how they've changed. And Mulga had like a Pokemon Pikachu tail originally. Terrakion, Verizon, the early versions. It's quite interesting how they've got on, and like your Stunfisk was supposed to be blue. I quite like how they've managed to show us all these. And then that's original PSD file for one of the game's logos in the DS era. Then this is the video. I'll show you a bit of this with all the different images. So just make this bigger. And then this will show you just all the different images with the Pokemon. As you can see, it just quickly speeds through all the different ones. As you can see, it's some quite nice artwork, pretty much from Gen 1 as it's starting to go speed through. A lot of artwork they've leaked through. What I'll do is I will put links to all this into the description. So again, if you want to come back to any of this, you can always take your time, go through it a bit slower than what it's doing here, because obviously they're going through it at a rate of knots. If you want to slow it down on any of the Pokemon, I know, if say there's any that are your physical favourites, but it's a lot of information that's physically been leaked. As a teraflop is a lot, so it's I do like this artwork because you can see where they've put the time in to design these Pokemon to make sure they're perfect and everything. But there's Mewtwo, Mew, more coloured images, the balls, stones, then back to your black and white images. Pretty much they dictate, do everything. But I'll just show you a bit of this video because obviously it's 16 minutes. I'm not going to play it all for you, but I say I will put a link to the rest of this video in there for you. So there's that, and then the last bit I've got is obviously there was a meeting where the Pokemon Company reflected on why Ash's story in the anime had to end, including how they were going to do it exactly. Incredible insight behind the scenes and the anime production and Pokemon as a whole. And obviously this is the document, because the meeting regarding the conclusion to the Ash and Pikachu era in the Pokemon anime with TPC, the Pokemon Company's thoughts, May 2nd, 2022. At GF Haneda City, attendees were TPC Mr. Harrier, referred to as Me below, and Mr. Katagami, referred to as Ka below. GF Mr. Army, referred to as O below, and Mr. Sugimari, referred to as SU below, and Mr. Musarami, referred to as MA below. Information Management, Mr. Nakai, Mr. Moriarty, me. The time, I believe some of my comments may not have been well received, and there was a misunderstanding that TPC's approach to producing the anime might not be the best. I recognise the way I communicated may have caused this, and I apologise that it's not what that we at TPC haven't thought about these things. We have thoroughly considered how we should approach this, but I realise that we haven't communicated it well. This is my responsibility, and I apologise for it. With this meeting, I would like to take time to explain TPC's current thoughts on a few points, such as why we decided to end Ash's journey, what discussions we had with Mr. Yariyama and the team when creating the final episode of Columbus, and how we plan to communicate with the audience as we transition to the next series. Does this load up the full thing? Yeah, and then obviously I can put the rest of that because I'm not going to read the whole thing to you. But obviously it does give you the full thing, and obviously it tells you exactly why and how they came to that. conclusion about taking Ash out of the anime, but I'll put links to all this in there for you. So it's quite a lot they've physically taken out, well, leaked out to us, so it's quite interesting of what they've given us, basically. But if I hear any more, I will get the information out to you guys as soon as it drops. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be more over the next 48 hours. Because obviously that's not all of it. There will be more as they decipher it. Because they say that's a lot of information. I can't see it being all of it. Because a Tera leak, it's a lot. But I'll leave you guys to it. I'll get more information to you, as I say, when it comes. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Blaze of Pokemon out and Poke Edge, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.